My first encounter with a Hind was on a Riven that I just unveiled. It said Hind, and I asked my friends, "Hey guys, what's a Hind?" At which point they started laughing almost uncontrollably at me. So there was that. But what about the Kuva Hind though? Is this one any good? Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be diving deeper into this primary weapon. As per the usual, I got a couple of setups ready for you. Something standard and cheap, something slashy, and of course the quote-unquote endgame setup with a Riven. That's it though, please keep in mind that my builds and guides usually take a new player-friendly approach. I'm gonna take my time and explain whatever the hell I feel like for new players. Now I do this simply because there's a lot of info here and I want anybody watching to understand how the weapon functions and how it should be built. But I also understand that you might be a veteran and not interested in all this new player hoopla. In that case, you can either skip ahead or have a bit of patience. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Kuva Hind. Let's begin by checking out how this weapon handles without any mods equipped. And for that, just a couple of free shots. Now the Hind, well, I'll spare you guys the trouble. It's basically the Timberon Primed in terms of functionality. So let's check it out. You got a burst fire mode. You're going to be firing a couple of bullets at your target. Check out the precision, really good. Now if you press your alternative fire button, your middle mouse button, for example, you go to semi mode, so shot by shot action. It's got a bit of a kick in semi mode. As you can see, the recoil does kind of send the weapon a little bit up. Now, in the last fire mode, this will be automatic, and keep in mind that your stats will be changing depending on the fire mode. That's very important to know. And I think that's pretty much it, my friends. You got plenty of ammo, no ammo issues unless you overdo it with the fire rate. Other than that, the functionality is fantastic, the usability is great. It's one of those 3-in-1s, just like the Timberon Prime. I mean, even the Stradavar Prime is a 2-in-1, not a 3-in-1, so there you go. Now, normally this is when I would compare to the normal version of the weapon, as in the normal Hind, but let's be honest, it's kind of pointless, so let's just check out the base stats. But first, mod capacity 80 out of 80, and if your Kuva Hind has only 30 out of 30, you jump into actions, you plug in your Orokin Catalyst, and you still get only 60 out of 60. So basically, you gotta format this puppy 5 times to get it to 80 out of 80. Now, you don't need this much mod capacity, but if you wanna draw every single little bit of mastery out of the weapon, you are gonna have to format 5 times. Keep in mind that the Hind does come with one default V polarity. Now, my friends, if you don't really care that much about mastery points, then 2 forma maximum will be more than enough for this weapon. The accuracy will differ on fire mode. You got 33 in burst, you got 28.6 in semi, auto is 33.3. It doesn't really matter all that much, because if I take heavy cal and a bunch of multi-shoot, let me show you exactly what I mean. The resulting accuracy is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great either. Let's take 20 meters, okay? 20 meters. As you can see, most of the bullets are landing within the crosshairs, but there's a good amount outside of the crosshairs completely as well. And that is burst, this is semi. Look at that. They're kinda a little bit all over the place. Again, you can use it if you so desire. I wouldn't recommend heavy caliber on this weapon. Besides, my friends, you got plenty of other better options. You don't need to go for heavy caliber. The critical chance and critical multiplier again will differ depending on fire mode. You got 25% with 2.1 in burst. You got 37% with a whopping 2.9 in semi mode. And in automatic, the lowest 21% with 1.9x. Now let's have a look at the status chance as well. What you got? 33% in burst, you got 21% in semi, and in automatic, again, you got 43%. So as you can see, it kind of follows the pattern of the Timberon Prime. Some would say that they even copy past that. I wouldn't say anything like that, of course, I'm not that mean. Fire rate of 9, you got in burst, you got a fire rate of, what was it again? Oh yeah, 2.5 in semi-automatic, duh. And in automatic mode, you got 10 fire rate. So it's pretty solid across the board. Of course, the weapon is alarming. The magazine will not change. It remains at 90. Though keep in mind, in burst, you're going to be firing multiple bullets at a click of a button. And the Riven disposition is going to be 3 out of 5, smack in the middle, available for any brand new weapon. The reload, the same across the board, 2.3 seconds, which is doable. It's fine. It's not particularly great. Now, when it comes to the damage of the weapon, you will see it's got the full IPS, and all of the free fire modes have extra slash, okay? So slash is king on this weapon, both in burst, semi-automatic, and automatic. And the largest amount of damage you will be doing with semi-automatic. Take a look at that damage. Absolutely fantastic. Now you see this weapon also has a little bit of toxin. Again, this is a Kuva weapon, and my progenitor gave me 50% Toxin. Thank you so much. So you got a little bit of room to improve on this weapon. Again, I recommend Toxin as a progenitor. Okay, we got that out of the way. Let's jump into a standard build. And we got a whole lot of damage with Serration, Multishot with Split Chamber, and Vigilante Armaments, Critical Chance, Critical Damage combo, which is mandatory between Vital Sense and Point Strike. Now what follows next, essentially the next 3 slots, depend on the situation and your very own preference. First of all, the Elemental combo should be adapted depending on your very own circumstances. In my case, I'm gonna be making Corrosive on the weapon because I'm gonna be shooting Corrupted Heavy Goons. And that's why I should have used the Electricity 90 and not the Toxin. There you go! Now it's fine, totally. Now this one will also depend on what kind of progenitor you went for. If you went for Toxin like I have, you will notice now that I will have no issue proccing Corrosive on my targets with just 2 elemental mods. Take a look at the value of my Corrosive. It's higher than SSS times 4. So bear that one in mind, which frees up 1 more slot for whatever the hell I want. But first, let's talk about the Exilus mod slot. Is it completely worthless on this weapon? Well, no, not completely worthless, just mostly worthless. I would recommend you go with Stabilizer, okay? Especially in semi-automatic mode, the weapon does have a bit of a kick to it. Just plug in Stabilizer. If you have any ammo issues, you can go with Vigilante Supplies, for example. But of course, you can also drop an ammo pad because why the hell not? Just bind it to your mouse button. You got a mouse with multiple buttons, right? With like 1,000 buttons. Bind it to one, it'll drop automatically. It's fine. Okay. Back to that one. Now, an easy way to get some extra deeps is always to go with Fire Rate, my friends. And if you got Prime Shred, just forget about it. Plug in Prime Shred and just, well, you're pretty much good to go. You got yourself Punch Through, you got yourself Fire Rate, or you can also go with Shred. Now, if you want a full explanation on how Punch Through works, link the cards right now. I'm not Punch Through's biggest fan. It's not that it's not great. I mean, it's a form of AoE damage, so yes, it's fantastic. But I would prefer just to go with flat old, normal Fire Rate. With Vial Acceleration, 90% Fire Rate and minus 15% damage. Now, if you see that minus 15% damage, don't worry too much. It just takes 15 away from your Serration. Okay? It's really no big deal. This is a standard elemental setup. We're going to be testing it on Corrupted Heavy Goons level 120, and then we're going to be switching it up to something a little bit more slashy. Now, the benchmark, my friends, is level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons. And no, because they are paused, they are not taking extra damage. Link in the cards right now for a full demonstration on that. First, we're gonna go with Burst. Kill a couple of targets, yes. Let's do a couple of bursts in this guy's head. Girl's head, sorry. As you can see, the weapon definitely shreds. And now I'm going all out with Burst. Take a look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, isn't it? Let's switch to semi-automatic mode. We're gonna go shot by shot. Take a look at the damage. He just chomps away, man. And if I go all out, especially considering that my weapon doesn't wobble anymore because I got Stabilizer on. Awesome, isn't it? Of course the weapon wants to slash, and slash it will, just a little bit later, and this will be automatic. That fire rate really kicking in, man. So if you want something a bit more spray out of the weapon, you have this option as well. This is not a bullet hose kind of weapon though. If you want something like that, there are plenty of other options. You can look in the Tenora, the Soma Prime, for example, even my favorite, Z Prisma Gorgon. Check that one out, link in the cards right now. Alright, so that's it for a standard build. From my point of view, with standard, average, everyday mods, there is nothing expensive here or terribly hard to get or anything like that. The weapon performs very, very well, and I would highly recommend it. Now let's talk about Slash. Everybody loves Slash, right? Damn it, yeah, everybody loves Slash. Okay, fine, okay. We're gonna be using Hunter Munitions to get some of our slashes. Of course, the weapon has a high critical chance, especially in semi-automatic mode. It will do a whole lot of slash damage. Also, it's got a decent status chance. And not only that, it's also got slash as the highest IPS value. Keep in mind the IPS rules in Warframe. Impact, puncture, slash have a 4 times greater chance of applying a status effect over elemental types such as whatever else. And on the weapon, what we did in this case is made the viral elemental combo, because viral plus slash equals awesome, everybody. Well, in 90% of the cases, not 100% of the cases. And we also got rhyme rounds, okay? 60-60. Why the 90, dude? Go for the 90. Go for, what was it? Prime cryo rounds. No. We will not do that because, again, we will be getting some slashes out of the weapon's innate status chance combined with the IPS. Go for the 60-60. Now, I can only go for one. I mean, I'm allowed to just go for one 60-60 and make viral on the weapon because, again, the weapon has Toxin as a base damage. If you don't, you're going to have to go for 2 60-60 mods. And Bladed Rounds is here as well for more critical damage, as well as Argon Scope. Now you might say, hey Laser, I don't have Argon Scope, man. Too expensive, man. It's really not that expensive anymore. I think it's like within 100 plat. But if you don't have it, when you can go for more multi-shot. Okay? You can go for Vigilante Armaments if you will. But if you don't have Argon Scope, then Bladed Rounds loses some value as well. So you see, it's a bit of a balancing act. Not in semi-automatic, because in semi-automatic you are at 92.5 critical chance with point strike alone, since you can't see right now the effect of Argon Scope, right? But in the other fire mode. So with that one in mind, we're gonna go like this and see what the weapon is capable of. Same corrupted heavy goons, level 120 as before, and of course we're gonna be using all the free fire modes. First off, burst. Hit the target till about 50%, then watch the slashes deal the damage. I mean, it's easy. It's easy mode gameplay. Take a look at that. Just a couple of bursts in your target and the target will be bleeding out quite severely. If I go to semi-automatic, that's it. Take a look at that. Oh my god. Oh, wow. That was an orange slash. 9,580 if I saw right. Wait. 9580, that's it. Orange slash. Look at that. You see? That's the value of Argon Scope right now. And no, I'm not Argon Scope's biggest fan, but yeah. Did you notice something though? In semi-automatic mode, I didn't really get a whole lot of vital procs. Let's try that one more time. Nope, vital. Vital on the second one. It's fairly consistent, but yes, there will be some times when you won't get vital. Boo freaking cool. No big deal, guys. No big deal. Like now, I did like 6 shots in this target. It will be bleeding out, but no vital effect whatsoever on it. Now, if I switch to automatic mode, take a look at that. It's effective in each and every single mode, because again, what the developer did basically is copy the Timberon Primed. Oh, come on, that's what they did in large terms. They just copied the Timberon Primed, and the Timberon Primed is still, from my point of view, the ultimate assault rifle. So, of course, this one will be doing great as well. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a weapon which was totally forgotten. But nobody cared about the Hind. Why would you? Why would you care about the Hind? Come back into form in such style. It's an extremely powerful weapon. You can play it into slash, you can play it into elemental, it doesn't really matter. Mostly anything that you throw at this weapon, as long as you know how to mod your stuff, you're gonna be doing just fine. Now let's talk about Riven setups, my friends. Now these are loaner from my friends, from my viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me out with this one, because I had a terrible time, an absolutely terrible time rolling a Hind Riven. Link in the cards right now if you want to see my pain and get a kick out of it. Now this one though, this one is beautiful. Thank you so much, Weenie. Thank you so much, Zach. We got multi-shot, damage, critical chance minus damage to infested. It's a pretty strong Riven. As you can see, my critical chance in semi-automatic goes to 147.0. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Wait a second. Why did I... Wait, this is not smart right now. With this amount of critical chance, I forgot to put out Argon Scope. Hold on. No. We'll do this. Hold on. We'll go Argon Scope. We'll keep the high voltage. By the way, high voltage would be better in the standard setup as well instead of Stormbringer, but it's a bit more expensive. You can farm high voltage from the mission Nilgar, Planetaris, find all the free secret caches, then upon extraction, cry your eyes out. So, there you go. Now, this is Martyr, and we're gonna go with more critical damage in this case. We're gonna go with more critical damage. I forgot what. I forget stuff too. We're gonna go like this. Oh, awesome, yeah, this will be beautiful. This will be beautiful. More critical damage, more critical chance, and of course stabilizers as before. One more time, my friends, the corrupted heavy goons, level 120. And you might say, hey man, why no Hunter Munitions? Because it's more powerful, blah blah, etc. I don't like it. I don't want it, so I won't use it. There you go. Burst fire mode. Look at the target. Oh my god, that was beautiful, wasn't it? Take a look at that. I am missing a little bit of that fire rate, I'll be honest. Let's switch to semi. Take a look at the amount of damage I'm dealing to this target. Absolutely freaking fantastic. I think it takes 4 to 5 shots without any slash procs to kill one of these high level targets. Beautiful. Now let's switch to automatic as well. Of course, a Riven will be making a difference. And is it worth going for a Hind Riven? Guys, yes, definitely. Because you know what? They're not so expensive. I got mine for 150, not the one I'm using. Okay, for 150 plat on roll. Now, it's true, my rolls were absolutely horrible, and the RNG gods played a cruel joke on me. Again, it's in the cards if you want to see it. But it's definitely worth getting 150 plat. Go to Kuva, get yourself some rolls. Maybe you're lucky. Maybe you're more lucky than I am. So it's definitely worth getting a Riven for this beautiful, beautiful weapon. Now, there's still one more thing which we can do, of course. Lady Mirage Prime. Now, this section is for showcasing what a weapon could theoretically do with all the buffs and all whatnot. Speaking of buffs, against Grenier, corrosive projection is ideal, my friends. You can also go to rifle lamp, fine. You can go rifle lamp if you so desire. Also, mental note, I should really aura form on Mirage. I just keep forgetting. I got plenty of them. So you can go like this if you so desire. It is more important to go with corrosive projection against Grenier in general. When it comes to arcanes, you can go for a couple of options. You can go for Arcane Avenger, 30% critical chance, boost bonus additive after. In this case, considering how much crit I have on the weapon, I would go with Rage instead, okay? More damage on headshot. We're gonna go for a combo between the two. Avenger with Rage. Yes, you can go with two of the same. They do double stack. Link in the cards right now for a full tutorial on arcanes in case you don't know everything already. Chances are you don't, but you might, who knows. We're gonna pump up the level of these targets to level 150. We're gonna unpause the AI so they can shoot me and I can get my Avenger buff. It's time, my friends. Mirage's third ability for a massive damage increase as well as her ever so lovely clones. We're gonna go with Burst, yes? Go to semi, man. One shot, baby, here we go. Oh my god, the red crit's so beautiful. Take a look at that. That wasn't a one shot. That was a one shot though. Oh, I love it. So cool. The red crits are a lot more easier now, aren't they? As you can see, my friends, this weapon can be an absolute beast, but it's also true that Mirage Prime, well, she's got that gift of blowing everything out of proportion. She's an extremely powerful Warframe. She's an extremely strong buffer frame for weapons. She does have issues staying alive, but hey, you can overcome that with the help of your friends and all whatnot. You can even take her to Eidolon hunts, and she can one-shot a whole lot more easier than Chroma. Link in the cards right now for a full demo on that one. Oh wait, I didn't show automatic. Well, to be honest with you guys, just like with the Timberon Primed, the automatic fire mode is my least favorite among all of them because, well, it has the lowest crit and all of that stuff. Not the base crit, actually, the multiplier is the lowest out of all of them. But for the sake of demonstration, here you go, automatic mode. Beast. Absolute freaking beast mode, just like the Timberon Prime. And you might be curious, my friends. Okay, Leyzar, fine, you said Timberon Prime 1,000 times, but which is better? Which should I invest in? That's a topic for another time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below, if you guys want to suggest any particular type of content. Like, for example, I want to see this versus that versus, or perhaps a review on this and that. Now, in all honesty, I can't exactly promise you that it'll be done by next time or even within a week because these things sometimes take a bit of time to make, especially when the Rivens are being a dick about it, but I promise to read through each and every comment. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. Until next time, my friends, bye-bye.